Hey guys, Kane here. This will be my top 5 tips to start out very good early in the game, which many people do seem to not know or avoid. The first thing and the most important one is a hero named Basrik. Day 1 on new servers, or day 2, this hero is up for sale for about $30 in the game, but you can also play the game, get enough in-game currency and pull the chests to acquire this hero. But you will need to wait for the specified days for the hero to appear in the chests to do that. Why this is the first tip is because this hero is so broken in PvE that it is just disgusting. Basic events like Void Mirror or Dragon Abyss, or even competition events where you can get in-game cash currency as rewards. Current levels of our troops in the server are tier 6 or tier 7, and this hero in PvE is able to pretty much solo or almost solo tier 12 and above troops, given that they would not be insanely overbuffed. And if you further invest into this hero, make it stronger, the damage on this hero increases and he does it a lot faster. Quite a few people picked up on this hero being good in the new servers, but they proceeded to invest into other heroes instead of this one. And looking at this ranking, I have passed a lot more stages in here because I upgraded him and he more or less soloed plenty of these stages. So this is probably the most important tip. If you cannot buy it, save your currency to get him. It is a must-have for anyone as early as possible. The second tip are dragons. They unlock at castle level 10, and you can use them in your formations. There are 5 types of dragons, but the ones that are particularly good early game are the fire dragons, but only with a specific skill called the incendiary scales. I am not sure if I pronounced it correctly, but try not to judge me too much. This skill will literally melt most if not all units around it very early, and this can be used for both of the basic events to achieve the highest scores or even assist you in early game PvP, which is slightly important for city capturing. And then you will want to have a second dragon, but the second one will only be for buffs such as construction and research. There are 3 skills that are important for you on such a dragon, and I will show them on screen. In total, you will need to get the dragon to level 12, and 2 of the skills will need to reach level 24 instead of 12 to unlock those particular squares, so you would get these percentages. In total, that would be 5% construction buff and 15% research buff. And how this game works, you can put your second dragon with these buffs, queue up all your buildings and research, and then put on your main dragon. And those percentage buffs will still remain on the queued buildings or research. This is missed by many players in this game, and if you would use real life time, you can say for every 24 hours of research being done, you would be able to do 15% more, which would be about additional 3 hours added to you daily. Third tip, it is very similar to dragons, but it is cities. There are 3 types of cities: construction, research, and army capacity. The third mentioned is nearly useless to you, and I would say if you would play the game, to not even think about sitting in this one, as you're putting yourself behind. From level 4 or 5, whichever level the map unlocks for you, I would suggest you to sit in a construction spot in any city until level 19 castle, from which point you unlock the hero research. Then the research cities become a lot more valuable to you than construction. But as I said before, this is very similar to what I said about the dragons. You can go to a construction square, queue up all your buildings, and then go back to a research square, since research is quite a bit faster than building upgrades. City squares contain 10% construction and 10% research bonuses. So if you would use the same calculations in one day, being 24 hours, 10% additional to that number would in a sense speed you up by like 2 or more hours. Now keep in mind, you cannot get 100% bonuses and literally instantly upgrade. There are some soft caps and some hard caps, so eventually that 10% can be like 5% or less, but at which point the game would be so far ahead that even that 5% would remove maybe 5 to 10 hours per any research, and you can queue 3 to 7 of them. So things like these are still the most important even later on in the game. Fourth, tip, it depends how you start in the game, whether with a group or alone. Your energy potions are the most valuable resource in the game, and many players fail to understand this simple aspect, and they throw everything at the sieging of the cities. And when come to good events, where they can earn a lot of things, they do not have any energy to compete and do not win anything. I understand they want to help people and I understand they want to have more cities, but even if this game sells out as like a city conquest game, in general, I personally feel like the cities here barely even play a part in this game. They are needed to some extent for things like titles in the kingdom, which have nice bonuses, but in general, I do not think you should waste a lot of energy potions for sieging, whether you are a paying player or a free-to-play, and for a free-to-play even highly suggested to not do that. Sure, you can siege a few times and then say someone is at the door, or I don't know, my girlfriend is calling me to the kitchen, so people wouldn't think you are a liability or anything. Even as silly as it sounds, most players in my server had less than 100 energy potions, some had about 200, and when came the city destruction event, I had 400 potions to their 100 or 200, and I just took over the rank 1 in the event with 200 potions to spare if any war or PvP happens. If you would put it into money, I won about $40 worth of in-game cash currency from being rank 1 in that one particular event. So keep your energy potions stashed for events, they are your most valuable resource in the early game. And the last tip is time. If you start the game, you want to start at the very beginning of the server's life. Do not miss queuing research or construction, since those timers are very little and help out people who are going to be either strong in the kingdom or the next king. So you would be able to get a role in the kingdom, which gives you in-game cash currency, a good buff, and also army capacity, and chests with pretty much very good things that you really want to have. It is still a team-based game, but some sense of selfishness is still required to be good at the game, since again it is still a war game. I will touch on this subject a little bit more in some future video. I think that is pretty much 5 of the more important things when starting out in this game. Unless I missed anything, this should pretty much easily get you above most of the other competition on your server. Thanks for watching guys, and stay safe.